just doesn't understand how different things are in Mississippi.
Are you listening?
Yes. Be small down there.
Like this?
Emmett never thought anything would happen to him.
Most people have to wait until they're in adulthood to play a historical figure, and you got to step into, I don't want to say big shoes, but just this story, just for us as a people, is so important. What was that like? Do you even remember learning about this as a historic event in school, or?
Yeah, I can honestly say I have a very fond memory, and that memory does not consist of learning about this in school, which is something that is so tragic because even now today, I'm pretty sure it's still something that kids haven't even learned about, which is something that's so crucial to our history, you know, especially with Emmett and his tragic murder. But not only that, but Mamie Till Mobley, someone who was literally the catalyst for so many of our historical figures that enacted change, but her name goes unsung in so many occasions. So yes, these are, I guess you can say, big shoes. But it's an honor to be able to convey Emmett Till in such a way, his relationship with his mother in such a way that the world has never witnessed before.
What are you hoping that audiences take away? Because we don't often get to hear the names of the women who really pushed the movement forward that allows us to live the life that we have now. What was it like telling Mamie's story?
I am hoping that people see that intimacy. Right? That was the stuff that was really pivotal to me, to understand what kind of daily life they had together, the love that is shared between them, the joy that is seen between them, and that rounds you out in this experience of a film. I mean, it's the utmost honor. It's beyond an honor. She wanted to continue his legacy, and continuing his legacy is telling the story of him beyond the loss. Beyond the, quintessential image that everyone knows of what happened to his body. But there was life beyond that. There was life before it, and life is after that. And so I'm just excited that people get to witness what she went through and to understand that she's coming from a seemingly ordinary life and sought to do an extraordinary thing.
Can I at least just fix them up a bit?
No. They have to see it for themselves.
You tell me, Mamie, how is risking your life gonna help them?
Those pictures of your son change people's lives.
People don't know that Gene Mobley was Emmett's surrogate father. People don't know. Emmett had a full life and a lot of love at home, and people need to realize that he wasn't just like this name in history. He was a real person. Gene Mobley's character, taught him how to drive. They were going to drive after his trip to Mississippi. He was going to come back home, and they were going to drive to Nebraska, and he was going to let him take his turn on the road. Gene took Emmett to baseball games, And so I'm glad to play this role because people don't know anything about Gene and the importance that he had in Mamie's life, the importance that he had in Emmett's life. And it means a lot to me to be able to represent that for Gene himself and for his family.
I mean, it's I know. To have, the president of Orion Pictures is a black woman. Obviously, I am a black woman. Danielle and the incredible love that she's getting for her transcendent performance. People remembering and honoring Mamie's legacy. It's everything. And this is one of the reasons why I'm making films, and to have the opportunity to center a black woman in her rightful place in history, and to do so in a way that I was fully supported by the studio and had the full creative autonomy. It's incredible. It's rare, but it needs to be common. Yes.
Well, when I got the script and got to read it for the first time, of course I'm bringing a lot of history. 1955, I was about 6 or 7 years old, and I wasn't fully aware of what the story was. Of course, there were newspapers articles and there were pictures, photos, but even that I wasn't, because I was protected as a youngster. So, and even when I learned about it in the history books, if you want to call it that,
a version of it.
A version of it. It was pretty simple. It was a throwaway. It was, they acknowledged the fact that it was an injustice and that it was a horrific crime, but that's it. They did not delve into the actual story that you're going to see with this film. The mother's plight, because she's so instrumental in the civil rights movement because of this. It will blow people away.
This is directed by a black woman. You're a black woman. How does that feel to not, it's a small club, but it's not a lonely one so much anymore?
It's a tiny club that's slowly getting a little bigger, and that's important because like all of us talk and all of us support each other. We watch each other's work. That's what we need, and we haven't had that for a long time. So that door is open. We just have to keep it open for more.
I'm here for the floodgate to open.
The lynching of my son has shown me that what happens to any of us, anywhere in the world, had better be the business of us all.